my Facebook and YouTube followers. Thanks for coming to chat with Cece tonight. We're going to talk about voting since it's what we got about 4 more days, 3 more days, 3 more days, really technically 2 more days before the election. So just want to talk about, we still have some people that didn't get out and vote yet, and hopefully they will, saying, I haven't made up my mind. Some people saying, I'm not going to vote. I guess by now, if you didn't register to vote, you had no choice but not to vote. But there are some people that, registered and they're still saying, I don't know if I'm a voter. I don't know who I'm going to vote for, which is hard to believe at this point. I mean, you had 4 years of Trump. Um, People trying to put years on Biden, but let's face it, he was the vice president. I mean, has Pence made any laws? No. So, you know, but I don't know. I think by now most people have decided who they want. If they haven't, I don't know, they must be in a rock someplace. So that's what I want to talk about. So thanks for coming to chat with CC to talk about this. And let me say this. Before I came on tonight, I was reading the update on the Breonna Taylor's case. Okay, did you know the district attorney in the Breonna Taylor case, Daniel Cameron, he gave a news conference and he said that the grand jurors agreed to throw out 6 counts of the charges that they could have charged the 3 police officers. But the jurors, as they was being interviewed, because now files are open up and they being interviewed. So now it comes out that he didn't even present that option to them. If you a lay person on the grand jury, all you know is what the DA present to you. And the only charge that they presented to them as what they could charge was called what it was called. The charge with the cop shooting in the next door neighbor's window. I guess it was some kind of, I'm trying to think of the name of the charge. But it wasn't involved with the shooting, that for sure. So really, the police officer, when he go to court, he most likely is gonna get off, most likely. Wanton endangerment. That's what they call shooting in another window because you're putting other people at risk. But that was the only charge that he told them they could charge. Then he came out, and this is the black DA. He came out and gave a news conference saying that the grand jurors had 6 counts that they could have charged on, which was totally not true. 6 counts. So, this guy, I don't know. You may think he in the pocket somewhere, like I say, all this government corruption going on. I don't know. And I'm not going to pretend to know. I do not know. But it just seemed kind of fishy that that happened. And so now where do we go from here? Because the grand jurors is saying that he lied and he did not offer them that option. So do they turn around the case? Where do they go from here? It seemed like we just can't let it go. I mean, that's not justice for Breonna. I mean, that's interesting. I don't know, but we need to do something. We need to do something. We need to get justice for Breonna because that whole case was just pitiful and it's a sham. And we know it's corruption somewhere. So we need to get that started. Okay, back to voting. Now, for the people to say they don't want to vote, voting is so important. not only, I mean, as a person of color, and that's Latinos, blacks, everybody who's in this country that's not white. It's so important because you need representation. Somebody is going to represent your needs. Now, I'm not really Democrat. I'm not Republican because I just can't go with some of the racist views. So I'm not Republican either. I vote for the party that really have more of my best interests. And well, I wouldn't even say my best interest, but the majority of the best interests for the country. That's who I vote with. We have some people, which I had talked about, Ice Cube and 50 Cents, who, they feel like they rich. They're rich, bitch. So they feel like they're rich. So they feel like all this stuff that's affecting everybody else with the police shootings, with people out here, unemployment is at an all-time high, which let me say this. We have Trump Jr. get up here and even the president get up here and say, oh, employment is all-time low. No, employment is not an all-time low. I pulled up unemployment figures, and you pull up unemployment figures also. I mean, it's 3.5 in places like Wyoming, or some of those desolate areas where nobody's out there to work anyway. That's where unemployment is 3.5. We have I can't remember the state, but we have unemployment as high as 12% in a state in United States. So it's not the lowest unemployment. And I don't even see how people could just know like that, because I mean, look around. Look around you. People are unemployed. Food is going up. People going to food banks, but food banks don't have any food. There's no stimulus check, and I guess it's not going to be one. And I'm on the fence about a stimulus check too. So I don't know, but it's just nothing for the people. They talking about taking medical services away. Obamacare, which a lot of people with these pre-existing conditions rely on that. It's just a lot of policies that's up for grabs. But yet, we have rich people who think they're not one of us, that is saying things like, 50 Cent. Okay. 50 Cent made this quote on Twitter. He showed the top Biden's proposed tax plan. And he said, what the fuck? Vote for Trump. I'm out of here. Fuck this New York. The Knicks never win anyway. I don't care. Trump doesn't like black people. I don't care that Trump doesn't like black people. 62% of you out of there are out of your fucking mind. Now that's what 50 Cent said. So he don't care that Trump doesn't like black people. I don't know who he think he is. I mean, is he white? But see, that goes to show you that these rich people of color, Latino, whoever they are, of color, they want to steer you one way for the fact that they want to keep their money. They feel like they're going to get tax cuts. Hell, the president never paid taxes, allegedly. So, they don't want to pay taxes. But here is Biden's tax plan. And you see right here, it looks high, but this is misleading. See, what 50 Cent failed to tell you, and I guess he knows, that this is the percentage for the people that's making over, is it $200,000 or $400,000? Either way, it's not me. I think it's $400,000. Now, it's not most of us. So it's no point of even shattering the earth. Yeah, $400,000. So it's no earth shattering thing for most of the majority of people out here. And yes, if you make it over $400,000, you probably need to pay more taxes. And so this is the percentage of you talking about people that it will affect. 1%. 1% of the population. Now we know when 50 Cent got called on it, he changed his tune. But why? Why even go this route? It's just like Ice Cube. Why even go this route to tell people, oh, we're gonna hold our vote, we're gonna hold our vote because Biden did this or the Democrats did this, when it's lies. It's lies. Just lies. They haven't did nothing to you. Ice Cube said the Democrats didn't give him a call. Yes, they did give you a call. You just didn't answer. And then why you just come up with this plan here? 50 Cent, who cares about 50 Cent? And not only did he mislead people with this tax thing, and he says Trump don't like black people, so 50 Cent says, but he don't care. So when 50 Cent gets stopped in the middle of the night by a road cop and the knee is on his neck for 9 minutes and 26 seconds, I wonder how much would he care at that time. Some people think that stuff don't stink. Okay, so with all that said, you see why your vote is important, because you need to get out, get your interests heard. Now some people say the reality is that doesn't matter. Yes, it do matter, because let me tell you about some of the people you voted for. Now it may be two old white men that's in the race. Okay, you may not like them, but like I always say, you got to vote one of your two evils. I don't have nothing against Biden. I mean, I know what they say. Some things he may have done in the past. He said, if you black, you not. He don't see why you vote for Trump. I don't either. I'll say that also. He voted on the crime bill that put a lot of blacks in jail. Yes, he did. But he apologized for that. There's things. I mean, who haven't got a pass? Who haven't said anything that they regret in the past? Who haven't changed your ways? And I don't even know if he did change his ways, but I mean, he apologized. What's the stuff that we have now? We have allegations of rape with the current person we got in office. We have allegations of not paying taxes. Allegations. It's plenty of allegations to go around. Plenty. So I mean, you got two people that not perfect. You have to choose one. But as for black people, let me show you what Jared Kushner has said about black people, or what he really thinks about black people. Okay. He was on this interview at Fox News. Okay, let's see what he says.
Seen a lot of the black community, which is mostly Democrat, is that President Trump's policies are the policies that can help people break out of the problems that they're complaining about, but he can't want them to be successful more than they want to be successful. And what
did I hear that right? Let's hear it again.
Successful. And what you're seeing throughout the country now is a groundswell of support in the black community, because they're realizing that all the different bad things that the media and the Democrats have said about President Trump are not true. And so they're seeing that he's actually delivered, he's put up results, and a lot of people want to get on board to start working with President Trump, because they know that, unlike most politicians who have been in Washington for decades, who talk and say all the right things, President Trump may not always say the right things, but he does the right things. He says what's on his mind, and he gets results. And so people want results. They're tired of politicians who are promising things and not delivering.
Well, he does say what's on his mind. He's
okay. Now he said if they want something better, they're gonna have to want to do better. So I guess black people, and I'm black, so I guess people like me don't want to do better. We just want to stay in the ghetto, and we just don't want to work. Don't this sound familiar? Don't this sound like a stereotype? Don't it sound like a racist? What do that sound like to you? He's saying out point blank, that black people, if if you want the white man to save you, uh you need to want to do better. That's basically what he said. And you want to give, well, okay, you vote for who you want to vote for, but it's important to vote. Now, the thing I want to make clear, we vote and it does matter. Some people say it doesn't matter. We don't choose the president. Well, really we do, and really we don't. The way voting works is, the Electoral College is made up. It's kind of funny because I guess it's like a top secret thing because I looked and looked and looked, and you don't know who's in the Electoral College. I don't. And I couldn't find what qualifications that they need to be electoral. I know they're party loyalists and they represent, each district. The reason the electoral college was put in place in the first place because long time ago, when this country was new, well, we had farmers out in, like, say, Nebraska, or Wyoming or Utah, and we had the city. Most people was in the city. So in order to make it fair and not have, maybe the city folks where you have more people choose a person and not giving representation to the people that's out in the country and all out Midwest, they had an electoral college. So each state has a representative of how many electoral votes that they have. The bigger the state, the bigger representation they have in the electoral college. And like I said, the way they chosen is, I think the state pick four, two of each house, and after the election, the way I read it, after the election, then they choose who their electoral people will actually be. Now, what's funny about this? I have a map of. Let me show it to you, of the electorals, because this is why they fight for certain states. This is why they fight for certain states. Let's see what states are. What states are big? Okay, as we can see, California has 55 votes. Look at Montana has 3. New York have 29. Now, if you listen to the political news, you see where. Now, this is just a guess, so don't pay this no attention with Donald Trump having 125 and Joe Biden have 290. I don't ever pay attention to polls and predictions and forecasts. So just take that for a grain of salt. But if you notice, they've been in Philadelphia because that's 20 votes. Trump, I guess he knows about New York, so he haven't spent much time in New York. But California's a hot state. We all know about Florida. Everybody fights for Florida. This year, they've been hitting Georgia pretty hard. Georgia doesn't have, but I got my glasses, but I definitely can't really see. I think 19 electoral college votes. So you see in Illinois, I don't want to leave that out. They have 20. So they've been hitting these states pretty hard, campaigning, because them are the main states that's going to decide the election. Now, the reason you may say, why I vote? Okay. Well, the reason you need to vote is because the electoral college is supposed to sway towards your vote. The last election, Trump didn't get the majority of votes, but the way the electoral college is supposed to run, when a state votes have the most votes for the majority of the candidate, that's who the electoral college is supposed to vote for. But now it's not set in stone that they have to, but that's who they supposed to vote for. Sometimes they don't. So that's why this electoral college, I mean, I don't know. I think it needs to be put out because I mean, I understand the representation, but I think we should go by majority vote. That's what I think. But this is the way they decide to do things, and I don't know. It's been a big uproar, kerfuffle, or whatever. Do we need to get rid of electoral college because they're played out? If we do, it have to be amendment to do that. But anyway, each candidate has to that gets 200 over 270 votes of the electoral college. That's what's supposed to get them over the edge. It's 538 electoral college votes up for grabs. So the person who get the most supposed to win. And like I said, electoral college don't always vote along with the state. They supposed to, but they sometimes don't. And that's what happened in the 2016 election. And it was another election that the president didn't get the majority of the votes. So, but if you didn't vote, how would the electoral college know which way they're supposed to vote? So that's why it's important for everyone to get out and vote. Everyone. Another thing about the electoral college. Do you know the president is really not elected? I mean, they tell you on the night after the election, or in this case, it's going to be 2 or 3 days after the election. They tell you who got the most votes and who won. But in actuality, the president is not voted on until December when the electoral college vote. So that's true vote, true knowledge. So that's why you need to vote, because every vote do count. Get that majority in, and let these electoral college people do their thing. Now, whoever gets in, I don't care if it's I don't care who gets in. Well, I do care who gets in, but even if your favorite candidate gets in, we need to hold them accountable. This election, after this election, we need to hold them accountable. The world is changing. We're demanding change. We're demanding police reform. We're demanding more transparency within the government. Reparations need to come up. We definitely need whoever's in office. We definitely need to put their feet to the fire and demand something. Now, which candidate can you demand from? Think about it. If the president get another 4 years, that's his last. He can't serve no more. So he don't have to do a damn thing of what you want. No, because what if he's in? He's not going to get in no more anyway. But Biden, in order for Biden to get and Kamala, in order for her to get a second term and him to get a second term, they have to satisfy the people, or they know they'll get booted out. I would really like to see a third party come up. We the People Party, a party that would be for the majority of the people. That's what I would really like. I know independents supposed to be that, but I don't know. People don't really talk about that, but it really needs to come up. So anyway, I just want to come on and talk to you about your vote. I may come on Tuesday night. I don't know. Sometimes so much anxiety around the vote these days, especially when they trying to predict, because you go to CNN will tell you what you want to hear. Then you go to Fox News, they telling you what their candidate, what they want to hear. And you just don't know until the next morning. So sometimes that's what I do. So I may come on Wednesday and just talk about the election. But what about the so-called civil war that everyone say these Trump supporters may not give up easily. And I heard guns are flying off the shelves. If they are, I hope they flying off both ways, because you have to defend yourself. But they also, look at this. I got something to show you. look at this rally of people are so stressed out and so on edge, and they are serious about this election. This is a real important election. Let me see if I could find that clip. Okay. I mean, these people are really going at it. I don't even see it. It was a clip that was on Twitter. I don't see it, but let me see. Could I pull it up real quick? It was two sides fighting, and man, was they really going at it. Really going at it. I mean, no, I can't find it. They were, I mean, it was so much fighting, and we seen like here in Stone Mountain, the two sides clashing. So I just hope. I think if Biden wins, we may have to worry. I don't know. I don't think it'll be a majority of a big thing that will be happening. You may have a few extremists that go out here smashing stuff and acting a little crazy. If Trump wins, I think I don't know. I think people will just put out a big. I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll just stay and see what happens. But it's a big election, and Tuesday will be an exciting day. Get your popcorn ready, and come Wednesday, come back and let's chat with CC. Anyway, good night. And also, if you like this, if you like any of my videos, please like, share, and comment. Hit that notification bell for notifications so you'll always be notified. But please like, share, and comment. Okay, see you Tuesday.